Yeah, sure. So we've been in for about 2 weeks now. So far, it's been really positive. I must say it's been a really strange experience with, no one knowing each other, not knowing the staff. The first week was basically consumed with trying to learn each other's names. But it's been a really unique and positive experience. And I think the group's settled in well now. And honestly, it's just such a nice vibe and energy. It's been a really positive start.
Yeah, I guess kind of going off what Jodie said, it really has been positive. I didn't really know what was going to come of it, being a brand new group coming together. It's a new experience, I think, for just about everyone, unless you've been part of an expansion team before. So coming in the first couple days is definitely a weird feeling, but to see how well we've already started to gel and really get along with one another just makes me really excited to see what's going to be coming in the next couple of weeks.
Perfect. We're going to open up for questions now. So again, those online, please virtually raise your hand. Those here in person, physically raise your hand. Yeah, Tony, go ahead.
Good morning. I actually have a question from some of the supporter groups, and they want to know from Jodie, what is it like playing with a former teammate of yours now and playing as her as a coach this time around?
Yeah, it's been great. To be honest, I haven't played with Casey for a number of years now. As I got into the national team, she was at the tail end of her international career. And I think as a teammate, she was just a natural leader, and she essentially was a kind of a coach that was still playing. So that's my experience with Casey has always kind of been that. It's just great to be here now. Being able to have the opportunity to play for her. I know obviously she's been a manager at Man United for a few years and heard great things about her as a manager, and I'm just so excited to be here and have the opportunity to play from her and to learn from her.
Great. Thank you. We have a question online from Dan Laletta. Go ahead.
This one is for Tegan. Casey talked about trying to build a culture where the players are, more think for themselves, and it doesn't want you to look over and not be afraid to make mistakes on the field. It seemed like maybe she was kind of referencing the difference between where she came from and the youth system in the U.S. So, it's only been a few weeks, but any thoughts on the differences in playing for Casey as opposed to some past experiences growing up in the U.S. and playing for other coaches here?
Yeah, I honestly I've talked about this so much with just family and friends that I feel like a completely different player in this environment. I don't feel the need to look over my shoulder every time I make a mistake. I don't feel the need to, that pressure of needing to impress every second, but just being able to work on what I know that I came here to work on, and getting the feedback in such a positive light is so different than I've experienced in the past couple of years, just over my entire career. So I'm really loving her style of coaching, and I think it's already helping me grow as a better player.
Thank you.
Okay, we have another player.
This question is for both of you. You guys can answer it. How do you feel already training a couple weeks with the team? How is the team chemistry building up, and what is the locker room environment so far with the team?
You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like I said, it's been really positive. It's been a real positive start. I think naturally we are starting to develop chemistry on the pitch as we get to know each other off the pitch too. I think they go hand in hand. I think in terms of knowing what Casey and the staff want, I think each day gets a bit clearer in terms of that and what the philosophy is that they're trying to instill. And I think the last 2 weeks we've seen such an improvement individually and collectively with the team, trying to apply the key principles that we're learning. So I know we've got quite an extended period of time over pre-season, which is great for us, and I think we're just going from strength to strength each day.
Yeah, for sure. I think the chemistry between individual relationships too on the field is a hard one to always come across, and you always see the best teams having the best relationships between your certain partnerships on the field, and you can already see that starting to form. I think it was really tough the first couple of weeks, just not really knowing each other's style of play and trying to get on the same page with that always takes time, but day by day we've been able to, talk over things. Like Jodie had pulled me and another outside back aside yesterday, just saying like, hey, when I see this, like, this is what I want. And I'm like, that helps me so much more. So I think just our open communication with each other is really starting to come along too.
Okay, we have a question online. Juan, you're up.
Yes, I have a question for both players. I'll start with Jodie. Not sure if it's too early, but how extensive the amount of your experience has impacted the team so far?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I don't know. I'm conscious of trying to bring my experience to help others and help the team. I think this is a new experience for me too, being a part of a brand new expansion team. But I see a huge opportunity in that to try and have an influence. I think we've all got a responsibility for that, to be honest. But yeah, I try to bring my best every day on and off the pitch for the team, and I'm hoping that I'm having a positive influence to help some of the younger players.
Thank you. And then Tegan, kind of going with the situation about the overall team, how's the competitiveness in the team thus far in the second week?
Yeah, I think it's really competitive. I think because an expansion team, you're still finding players who are trying to find their spot on the team and always working towards something bigger and better. And I think we've made it very clear from the very beginning, and Casey made it very clear, that we're not just here to play, we're here to win. And that in itself helped bring the competitiveness from the beginning right away. It helped us to realize that, like, we're not just an expansion team, we're a team that wants to make, big waves. So in our first season, I'll just stop there. Good one, Teeks.
Amazing. Very well.
Oh, God.
One final question.
This one's for Tegan. How are you enjoying coming back, being able to play in California again, knowing you're from the Bay Area? It's literally pretty close. Being in San Diego, how are you enjoying it so far?
Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. It's just being back here in this environment. I think California and the West Coast is just completely different from anywhere else in the world, and already having my sisters come down to visit me. My mom will be here next weekend. It's so nice to be back around family again and be able to be in a place. I grew up playing on these polo fields and tournaments, so I think it's just like a full circle moment, and I love it.
Derek, go ahead.
Did a quick perusal of the roster. I believe it's 7 or 8 different countries you guys have players here from. So kind of go back to what you're talking about with different styles of play, and good to start with you. How quickly does it or can you mesh different types of upbringings and backgrounds and different styles of play into one group here?
Look, it just takes time, and I think the staff have done a great job of setting up practices. I think Tegan alluded to that before, how the sessions have been planned, and making us critically think and make decisions for ourselves. I think accelerates that, being able to gel again on and off the pitch. I think they do go both hand in hand, but look, it's going to take time. You've got people from different countries, from different styles of play, even players in the same countries who've been in different team environments, different college environments. I think we all know everyone's experience is very different, but I think staff and players have done a great job to try and settle in as quick as possible. And like I said before, I think we're quite fortunate we have a little bit of an extra time through pre-season and to Challenge Cup to really try and gel and mesh in time for the season.
Yeah, basically just the same as what Jodie said. I think a lot of it also has to do with the fact that the staff and the team are very open-minded, and I think that's always something that you need in order to start meshing and gelling together. Is you need everyone to be willing to be open to conversation on and off the field, to be open to new ideas. And if you don't have that, then a lot of the times, you'll run into problems. But I think so far, like, we have very much been having the conversations on and off the field that we need to continue to grow together as a team, and the players who are willing to put in the work, the players who are willing to listen to our staff, and the staff being able to hear us also.
Amazing. Thank you both for the time. Everybody who's online, we'll make sure to send the video. Any additional questions, please send them my way. No bold. So thank you all for joining. We'll see you next time.